What's up guys, it's the Pixelated Homie back with another video. Hope y'all are having a great day. This past week has been amazing. Punishing Gray Raven just released, and now we are getting our first pair of new characters. We all know about Alpha, but this video is about our boy Kamui Bastion. So S rank Kamui is already in game, but now we're getting A rank Kamui. And before anyone says, oh, S rank Kamui is better, why would I want to pull for a lower ranked character, just stop, okay? That's not how this game works, and that's what this video is going to clarify. Keep in mind, this is just a discussion, so we can see the animations, get some ideas on how to build him, who he works well with, so we can have the knowledge on how he fits in the game. Keep in mind, this is not a guide. I don't really like doing guide videos. It's simply not my flavor. I just spread the information and give my humble opinion on the topic at hand. So with all that out the way, let's get into the video. Before we go any further, I have to give credit to Rexcellent. If you want to know where I'm getting a lot of this information from, Rexcellent has a whole database of resources about this game. If you want to study up on this game, this is where you want to go. Big shout outs to Rexcellent. Thanks so much for the information, because reliable information about this game is very hard to come by. So I'll leave a link in the description for both his YouTube and his database. Please check that out if you haven't already. Now on to Kamui. So Kamui Bastion is a 100% physical tank, and he uses a great sword. So right off the bat, we know that every tank in the game has some form of either physical or elemental resistance shred. And some characters can even shred pure defense. Kamui is one of the characters that has pure defense shred. What does that mean? It means he's a viable tank for any character in the game. Most characters can only shred the resistance of a particular element, but Kamui Bastion shreds pure defense, which makes him one of the more flexible tanks. So let's check out his skills and animations and see how his playstyle is. First, his core passive. He has a resource called Stored Energy. Most characters in this game has a second energy resource besides their signature energy. Kamui's resource gives him extra damage and is generated by pinging any 3 orbs. It doesn't matter the color. And also from a successful counter. Yes, he has a counter, which is his yellow orb, and I must say, it feels so good when you pull this off. This counter alone gives Kamui a lot more survivability than most units, because if you're ever out of dodges, you can just rely on a counter to give you extra invincibility frames. In my opinion, mastering his counter is going to be vital if you want to use him as a DPS. If you can pull off a triple ping counter, then Kamui's stored energy will fill up completely, and you'll have the damage buff that he receives at max, which is 18%. His red orb is for pure damage, but his blue orb is another utility type skill that gives him a shield based on the amount of defense he has. So we can gather here that Kamui Bastion is obviously a very defensive type character with tons of survivability. He definitely reminds me kind of like Beto from Genshin Impact, which if you play Beto, like, I mean, it's just cool, bro. Like, Beto's that shit. Like, Kamui's gonna be that dude. Like, counters in games like this just feels good to pull off. So that's a plus in my book. Moving on to game modes and teams, Kamui will be an amazing supportive character in Pain Cage. I wouldn't necessarily use him as the DPS unless you really love Kamui and want to beat stuff up as Kamui. I just know that Pain Cage rewards players for fast completion, and Kamui has kind of a patient and precise playstyle. He's not a character that can dump truck a bunch of damage and burst a boss down like some characters can. That doesn't mean that he can't be used as viable DPS though. I'm just saying that there's better characters out there for that. So I'll leave it to you how you would like to play him. Same situation with Warzone. As I stated before, he's a flexible character. His defense shred can match with anyone, whether you are physical DPS, elemental DPS. So honestly, this is a good character for any team composition. If your question is if Kamui works with a certain character, that answer is yes. He's an amazing unit, and honestly, I hope people don't sleep on him because he's a fun character to play. His best teams, though, if you want to know, will be physical damage dealers like Bianca and physical support characters like B-Liv, because that way everyone can work together to get the most out of a physical team. Before I end the video, we're just going to look over memory sets for him. This video is already longer than I want it to be, so I'm just going to post them up on the screen. These are in no particular order, but I would definitely consider Catherine and Da Vinci. They are excellent memories for QTE support Kamui. And for damage, I would try out Hannah to help with his core passive. Darwin is always good. For 5 stars, Voltaire and Gloria works well with him as well. So that wraps up the video. There's honestly a lot more to talk about when it comes to Kamui Bastion, but this is just to get the conversation going. I know I missed a ton of information, but if I went over every detail, this video could be like 30-45 minutes long, and I'm sure we don't want all that. Thanks so much if you watched the video. If you are considering pulling for Kamui, I wish you the best of luck. If you learned anything or want to see more Punishing Gray Raven content, please leave a like. Any questions, comment down below and I'll answer to my best ability. Y'all have a wonderful day, and I'll catch y'all next time.